Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. It's your boy Jay. I'm here to say that I got another story time today. So let's just get into it, right? So today's story time, pretty interesting. It's another 7th grade story time. Pretty sure I told one recently. It was either 7th or 6th grade. I remember I went to the same school for like both of those grades. So yeah, it was somewhere around that time. But let's just get into it. So this story time, as you can tell by the title, is the littest school fight I've ever seen. So it starts off. We'll start the story in the middle of the day, right? So in the middle of the day, I had that same class as last time. Yeah, I had history, right? So as I told you in that story time, link in the description. Check out the gameplay story playlist for that. But I basically told you guys that this history teacher, which I think I called him Mr. Brian or something like that, basically, I really did not like him at all. Like, I didn't like his class. I didn't like any of that. Reason being was because it was just boring. It was like you sit there and he either talk you to death or he just give you like one of them little old history books and give you questions, and you just look through the history book, find the answer, write the exact thing down. It was no learning and it wasn't fun, so I was just like, let's skip his class. So that's what I did. We'll call him the friend I skipped the class with, Brian. So me and Brian, we kind of walk in the halls acting, as normal as possible, because we don't want to, get caught and then get sent to the class or to the office or suspended, because that's the worst option. But, we were just chilling when we heard this ruckus coming from the lunchrooms. Now, let me tell you a little bit about my school, right? So my school was middle school and high school. Now, the middle school, basically we had lunch first, and then after our lunch, which I happened to just be last lunch, we'd have, the high school would have lunch. So the high school, they're having lunch, right? And, I guess, I don't know how the fight started, but somehow, some way, it was 4 kids fighting each other all at the same time. So the reason I know this is because when Brian heard the ruckus, he was like, yo, let's go into the cafeteria. So I quickly run into the cafeteria, right? And when I run into the cafeteria, I literally just see I just see this one guy take his shirt off, stand on top of his lunch table and just swing it around like it was like one of them one of the bull riders. You know how they take their hat off, they swing it around while the bull is jumping all around? Yeah, he was doing that, but on the lunch table. And I was like, this is crazy. So what I did was I basically got on the table with him, and he was like, yo, young boy, look at the fight down there. Yo, they going crazy. And I looked, and he wasn't lying, but he was really going crazy. I guess it was some couple that had beef, because it was on one side it was 2 boys fighting, and they was fighting near the door where we go in to get our lunch. If you've been to school, you know that there's a door, you go in, you get your lunch, and then you have to go through a whole lot of basically a line where they ask you, yo, you want this, and then that's when you say yeah, you say no, and then by the end of the line you got all your lunch, you can get out. They were around that when you first go in, so they were around there just fighting each other, boxing. One of them basically was hitting the other one on his back, and I guess the other one was trying to pick him up, but was also hitting his the dude who was hitting his back, he was hitting his ribs. So them two were fighting, and then I seen this one girl was on top of this other girl and was just hit, basically she had one hand full of hair and the other hand she was just hitting her hitting her forehead, almost like she was hammering a nail into a board. And the other girl was basically twisting and turning, basically trying to not be on the ground. But that one girl, she was just on her. So I was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, where's security? Dog, when I tell you there was no security in this building, I mean literally, usually for the middle school, it'd be 5 security guards. There was no security for these high schoolers. It was literally just high schoolers and lunch ladies. So I see one of the lunch ladies, she come out, she see what's going on, she goes to break up the fight. instantly all the kids like tell her, yo, back up, we don't want you to get hit, blah, blah, blah. Because, you know, they want to see the fight. Mind you, the whole time I'm standing on top of this table. Now, while I'm standing on top of this table, I finally see like one of the, he's not a security guard. You can call him like a staff member, administrator. He basically walks in, he sees what's going on. He goes to the radio while running over, and he's like, yo, they're fighting, I need security. So he goes in, he tries to break up the boys. The security come in, they try to break up the girls. One of the girls had like braids, and one of her braids came out. So like one of the kids like got it and was swinging it around, like the guy who was on the table with me. So I'm on the table, you know, I'm you know, I'm all hype and stuff. And one of the administrators said, yo, get down off that table. And, you know, me and the guy was like, oh, my bad. So me and him get off the table. We just sit at the table. He was like, young boy, go back to class. And I was like, what you mean? And he was like, bro, I know you're not a high schooler. You don't look like a high schooler, bro. I seen you go to the middle school. Like, go to class. And I was like, bro, I'm skipping class. Like, nah, what you talking about? Like I don't like that class. So we not going. He was like, young boy, they looking for you. And I swear, the second he said that, I realized something. I was like, wait a second. I came in here before Brian. Where's Brian at? So basically, rewind a little bit to before I jumped on the table. When I was going into like the actual like cafeteria to see this fight, Brian basically was just about to go in before a security guard stopped him. The reason why the security guards wasn't there was because they was taking Brian to the office to see what class he was in. So the whole time this is happening, he was in the office. So while he was in the office, he told them that he was with me. So now the people was looking for me. When the guy got on the radio, he basically not only reported the fight, but he reported that I was in the cafeteria. And so basically, that's what the older guy explained like to me that, you know, they were looking for me also. So I was like, oh, gotta get out of here. So what I did was, I did something you should never do. Basically, there's a door in the cafeterias for emergencies only, where like you can like exit out of there, and basically that's where like the school puts most of the trash at. So I like went there, basically waited for all of the security people to like leave, then went back into the building and basically ran upstairs to the bathroom from the story. Yeah, from the story of how I caught the couple doing it. Yeah, I went to that bathroom, stayed there for the whole period. I went to my next class. It was an administrator waiting for me directly at that class. I went to the office, and they asked me about the fight because, you know, I was there. I didn't tell them anything about it. I also didn't tell them like that I was with Brian. I just said like, yo, I was on my own. I was kind of mad at Brian because like I did get like 3 like detentions for it, like lunch detentions, and it was like, bro, like, come on now, keep quiet, like, bro, just stick to the code. Got some people locked up and they know what they know. Shout out to King Von, man, R&B King Von. But yeah, that's the story time for today, guys. So if you enjoyed, please make sure you smash the like button, turn on post notifications, click the links in the description, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Woo!